Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Long Distance Stitchers. I'm Megan,
And I am also Megan.
and this is our end of July update. It's actually the end of July. We're back on track.
Mhm.
Um, but it was, I did a lot of stitching this month, but on a very few things. I did not start a million things, which is probably good.
Yeah, you got progress on
Hmm.
projects instead of
Yeah.
sprinkling across many projects.
Yeah.
Looking at you, June.
Right?
So we have
Um,
some finishes, some starts, some whips.
Someone has a finish,
I,
not me.
I wasn't naming names. They'll figure it out. Unless you chose to stop here, they'll figure it out. And then
We have
the
our giveaway.
the forces of my own lack of self-control have all conspired to have a lot of investments this episode. Some of it, at least one thing was here before the last time we filmed an update, but because I wasn't at home, I hadn't brought that with me.
Oh, yeah.
That's helpful, although I had quite a bit then too, if you recall, June. And then, yeah, there's just a pile.
There's just a pile.
There's some stitchy kindness in there too. It's not all purchased, so that's nice.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, we have tarot cards.
Oh yes, our tarot cards. It's a thing now because we're those people now. I was posting
Um,
them on Instagram for a little while and then I fell off the wagon when I came home again. I should get back to it.
oh yeah,
Although my wagon is very crowded and overwhelming right now, so
a lot of things going on.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to impact my stitching too.
Yeah. I'm drawing from the Jack-o'-lantern deck today. It's not really fall yet, but I'm thinking about fall. This is the back of the cards. And my card today was the Three of Cups, which is there's a couple different interpretations of this. One is that it's like a celebration, like a party. So like something coming up where you're just like celebrating with friends, and then also like a reunion with like someone that you haven't seen, like an older friend. So either way, I'm all about that. Either a party or seeing people that I haven't seen in a while. I love this these ladies having dancing the night away.
What do you think those giant cups are filled with?
Ice cold water.
Yes, yes,
They're staying hydrated
yeah,
for all the
absolutely.
day.
I do like their hats.
Gorgeous, gorgeous girls need to be hydrated.
They do.
Yeah, they have like little bird hats.
Mhm.
There's a very good, those are very good hats. And I like this. I love this dress also that they're wearing.
Yeah, it's really nice that ombre.
Where do I get that? How do I shop my deck?
You might need to
I
uh,
need like an
get custom.
Instagram page that's like shop shop the look tarot whatever.
I mean, there's some gorgeous tarot cards out there, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
And I
doesn't.
remember, I think it was Michelle who was saying that like she wanted like a tattoo that was like on someone's leg on
Yeah,
one of her cards, and I was like, right? Like,
yeah, be inspired.
yeah,
Oh, that's
exactly.
it. I pulled from the Stitchers Tarot, which is the deck that I'm using right now. I recently, I backed two decks on Kickstarter. I backed a Legend of Zelda deck and a Star
Oh,
Wars deck. So,
oh, perfect.
and I influenced friended Michelle to back the Star Wars one too because I'm very kind like that.
Yeah, you're a
So
very
my
good
draw today is also
friend.
from the Cups. I drew the Nine of Cups,
Oh, crazy.
which is about like plans coming to an end, fulfillment, abundance, like your hard work paying off. Um, and so I have an abundance of things that I've purchased. So it could be about that. I'm hopeful that it's about a lot of stuff that's going on at work, which should hopefully make my life easier after it became much harder this week. But we'll see.
Right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Um, I do like the artwork on this is just
Yeah, those cups are really cute too.
yeah. most of the cards in here have like thread, floss, needles, and
Yeah,
things. This one's unique because it doesn't.
it's just like coffee cups or whatever, teacups.
Yeah. I would own all those cups, and my husband would then struggle to find a place to put them. And you know, marital strife. You gotta love it. Okay. So finishes. I hear tell I'm the only one with finishes. Okay.
I didn't finish anything.
First of all, I showed this last time, and I have not put it in the mail yet, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to show it as an FFO. I believe I showed it
Mm-hmm.
last time. Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. But
Oh, I think yeah.
inside. So this is from the Tiny Modernist. So this is the pattern. I made some adjustments. I made it pinks instead of purples, and I think it turned out beautiful. It's a mix of the called for DMCs and hand dyed by Rolanda flosses. I think the moons came out fantastic in the pattern. They're just white, and I used this like subtly variegated white gray floss from Rolanda, and I mean, it looks like there's texture like the moon on them. So good job, me.
Yeah.
And this is just a little frame. I painted it black, and it's going to go off to its new home today. So the person who gets it, I hope they love it. Um, and I look forward to stitching it for myself. I have an abundance of things and
Are
not
you
enough.
gonna do are you gonna do all four of them together, do you think? Or are you just gonna do like each one?
I don't know that I'm going to stitch all four of them,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Like I like this. I'm going to stitch this one again for myself, and I'm definitely
Mm-hmm.
going to stitch the moon with the mushies. But I'm
Okay,
not
yeah.
actually convinced. I'm not sure about the bottom two. I might, but there's a lot of moth patterns in this world, and there's some that I like a lot more than that
Fair.
little one. So, but
Yeah.
this is also a easy finish. The little frame, like it's the
Mm-hmm.
perfect size, and I have more of that fabric left, so maybe that's what I'll
Oh,
do.
perfect.
Okay. And then my next finish is We Still Go On, which is from Spring Fling 2023 with Uncanny Kari and the of these 20 stitches. This is the smaller pattern. It is stitched with spiled rotten. I don't know. I don't have a Newfie accent. I know it's spoiled rotten in a Newfie accent, but I think I gave the wrong floss name when I put it on my Instagram, but I need to go back. I also did not look before this. I thought this fabric was hot chocolate. It is not. The label says something else on it. Um, it's fine. It is a Brennan needle fabric. It's not the called for. Dee and Kari sent tea and Teutons in the box. This is an 18 count, and it is a fabric that has many homes because Megan has a quarter of it, Michelle has a quarter of it, and somehow I have half of it. So I love it.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
you
stitch.
drew the big draw.
Great. I am gonna stitch the larger pattern on this as well. I think,
Yeah. Yeah, you have lots of
and
room.
I'll still have room.
Yeah.
Very,
That's cool.
very, very lucky. So that's my FFO and my finish. Megan, you said you don't have any finishes. Did you perchance start anything new this month?
Did. I started
Wow,
two things.
me
So
too.
so the first thing I started was as seen on our last Flosstube, the Revenge Orca.
It looks familiar.
There she is. What a great model stitch. Whoever did that is a genius.
Yeah, I really like. I think that person would be great to be friends with.
Absolutely. I wish I knew who it was. So I started mine on this is like a tiny little square of printed Ada from Michaels. It's a lot bluer in person. It's kind of getting washed out. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah. And then I'm doing mine with all of the DMCs. And then the blue that I've chosen is this is called Berg Hunting from
It's beautiful.
it's a Brennan needle. It's like a light blue. And I'm pretty much done. I just have to do the bottom ship
I've got a shot left, and then if you're putting the
and
words
then
on
like I'm gonna do the words too, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty much done.
Beautiful.
And I do, yeah, this one I have to finish, this little
Okay.
thing, and then the yacht on the bottom. But yeah, my little whale, or my orca, not a whale.
Yeah, they're dolphins.
And dolphins. That's why they're so vicious. Dolphins are
Um,
vicious.
I mean, dolphins,
They've been known to be pretty vicious.
they like to bite things.
And then the other start that I had is Summer Quaker. Sorry, I have two lights because it's raining. Um, is by what is she called? Lila's Studio. Lila's Studio. Lila's Studio. Which I was supposed to start a while ago, but powers that be did not want me to start it. But I got my fabric. So this is so fit there. This is from Kaylee 10 Stitch, the sewing shop. This is called Winter's Dream, and I'm doing it on 18 count. So it's sort of this nice, like, bluey white color, and I love how the colors are showing up there.
You know, really
They look
nice.
so nice.
And you're so far ahead of me, right? I just have
Am I?
the yeah, I
You
just have
did
like the
it?
blue, but maybe a little bit of that triangle at the bottom, I think is what I have. I haven't touched it since I started it.
Oh,
I'm gonna
well.
work on it this month in August because everybody else is starting theirs on Tuesday. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna start focusing on it more when like the sal like officially starts. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And I like how like these blues are actually all different. So
Yeah.
you do get to like switch it up a little bit. You're not just only doing one blue. Because when you look at it at first, like I thought that was all the same blue.
Yeah, they're
They are
a little
slightly different.
different. You get to mix it up.
But yeah, and then the little pops of color. It's been really good.
It's so good. What's your plan of attack? Are you gonna do it like page by page? Are you gonna do the frame and then the middle?
Don't know. Just go wherever I
Decided
feel like
either.
going.
I
I
kind
used
of think I should work to the middle, do the middle, because there's like it's full
yeah,
coverage for a big part of that. And then
yeah.
the frame is the reward to do all
And
the
then like
little
go around at the
papers
end.
after.
I could
I don't know.
do
We'll see.
that.
We'll see what strikes my fancy when I pull it out.
Like mostly I just like stitch until I run out of a color and then I'm like, oh, is there something else nearby in a different color that I could easily do? And then I'll do that. So
There.
I don't really, yeah.
Yeah.
But I used to be very much about like I need to finish one motif before I move on. And then I was watching
You did not need
Daybreak
to.
Stitchy, Nithya, and how she will just be like wherever.
Oh yeah. Where
Like
she wants to stitch, that's where she stitches.
the way that she's stitching like Afshan sampler and it's just like part of this border, the alphabet, part of this part, and then
A
like
flower.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. So inspiring. I'm like, yeah, you can just do
Speaking of
everything.
projects I need to pull out.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my two starts.
Excellent. Okay, I
Yeah.
also have two starts. So first of all, as y'all know, if you've been here a while, I'm taking part in the first most magnificent Ink Circles round robin, hosted by the one and only Michelle Bendy. I am in team 14 count with Michelle, Mandy, and Danielle. And so we are on our third piece now, right? We did our own. We did a second one. I had Danielle's first. Now I have Mandy's, and Mandy chose Pedal Pusher, which is very Mandy. It's full coverage. Mandy is a full coverage queen. And Mandy picked a suite of DMC colors for this. I do not pull out the colors. I should have. So this is Pedal Pusher from Ink Circle. So you can see Mandy did this part, Danielle did this part, and I am working down here. So I have all of the border stitching done. And so it is basically a coloring book now, a cross stitch coloring book. And I'm going to be spending quite a bit of time in the car in August and in hotel rooms, going on a work
Perfect for that.
because I have no boundaries. And yeah, so I will be filling that in as I go. And you'll see that these are different colors. So Mandy identified this one piece in the project for us all to sign using a color of our
Oh,
choice.
cute. Yeah.
I have to see, I'm gonna look and see if the color that I put in Danielle's um, works with these
Oh,
colors,
that's a
or
good idea.
if it would not.
It would not go. Yeah.
But I'll deal with that when I get back from my vacation. I'm also gonna have to iron this really nice before I send it onwards to Michelle.
Yeah.
A little crinkly from the Grime Guard, but Grime Guards are our friends. So,
Yeah.
and then my other start is let's make a statement number 3, which is by the one and only D, our Stitch Dad of D's 20 Stitches. So this is the 3rd in the series. So I've already done 1 and 2. I did those ones as like instant start and finishes when they came out. I just had a lot going on when D released this one. So I bought it. I have it on good authority that I was in fact the first person to buy the pattern. So, just a little quick on the fingers. And our friend Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, is pretty sure that she was the second person to buy the pattern. And she's already, I don't know, has she finished it or is she just, maybe she's finished it by now. Sorry,
I don't
Helen.
remember seeing it, but I could be wrong.
I do know that she started it, but
Yeah.
yeah. But so queer liberation will not come from rainbow capitalism. Dee was inspired by many of the events from this past Pride Month in June, especially the censoring, essentially, of Pride merchandise from large corporations because, some people have their feelings hurt because queer people exist. I don't know. Anyways, so it's a statement that just says, right, we should be supporting queer creators for queer merchandise rather than buying it from corporations because they will cave to other pressures because they're not doing it. They're doing it to make money. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So I have a small start. So I'm stitching this on Witch's Brew, which is a Kaylee 10 stitch fabric. It's the one that I stitched Let's Make a Statement number 1 on, which is over here. And then I purposely put this here in this spot where this rainbow comes through because I thought it was a nice touch for the queer liberation will not come from rainbow capitalism. So I've got queer liberate so far. I'm really excited because this is the first one that we'll be able to use the called for Brenda Needles.
Oh yeah.
What it's called.
Let's get tipsy.
Let's get tipsy. So I'll be able to add that in for the little motifs on it that call for that, which a nice touch to up my let's make a statement game. And now that I'll have 3 done, I think I will actually start to formulate a plan for how I'm going to start finishing them so that they can be played. Probably in this
Like
blank
a
space
banner.
if I can
Yeah.
get, my act together. So those are my starts. I resisted starting a few other things this month. I was very proud of myself. I did, you'll see, a lot of focus work on some other things. So yeah.
Yeah. I did not, yeah, I tried to hold back on starting a million new things. And I bought a ton of patterns last month and then I was like, I'm not starting anything new because I have too many things already on the go. So, are we moving on to whip?
We are moving on to whips. I hear you have several things that you've worked on this month. Let's see them.
Things. So one of the things that I worked on, there she is. I won the Freedom Motif Sampler from Bendy Stitchy last month, and I said that I was gonna start it after I finished Data Portraits in Paris. And then I needed to borrow floss from Data Portraits in Paris for my Orca. So I had the bag out and I was like, I should probably just work on this. Let's look at the picture.
You got so much done.
I got a lot done. I was very proud of myself. So this is gonna be the finish. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, that I had this and this and maybe this done.
Yeah,
So
you had sort of in that.
all of this is new, all of this is new, and pretty much everything here is new and
Mhm.
up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did quite a bit. Yeah. And I
And
if
the
I had
only thing
pushed,
on the right hand side, the only thing that's left is that
there's like that white thing, and then there's like a
the
little
other
bit up
side.
here,
Is that I
and
don't
then
know
there's
what
stuff
side
down
is that.
here.
Yeah, it's just the border down at the bottom that's left, right? Or
Yeah.
the
I think this part is pretty much all done except for the
yeah,
border, the
excellent,
bottom part.
excellent. Yeah, you're so close.
Yeah, I could have pushed for a finish, but I did want to work on some other things that you'll
Mhm.
see. But I could definitely finish this like in August and start my Freedom Motif sampler, which I still have to kit up because I
I haven't
was
started my Freedom Motif sampler or my Juneteenth sampler or and did I'll save the other one for
because I
later.
didn't. I was looking at kitting it up, and then I was like, do I want fancy floss? Do I not want fancy floss? And the ones that are called for were like they're kind of hard to get, and so I was like looking at like other options, and I don't know. So I haven't really made a decision on that yet, but that will be a problem for another day. And then I also worked a little bit on my Quakers of Scandinavia, which looks like this. And I pretty much just had like the smallest possible start on that on our June update. And I did work on it for like I worked on it for like maybe an hour and I ended up having to take out a bunch of stuff and restitch it. So, because I'm still getting used to this fabric. This is a 32 count. I don't remember if it had a name, iceberg, something like that. And it was in my winter magic box, and it is an opalescent as well. And it is very beautiful and very sparkly, but very hard to stitch on. It was a little easier with like the lighter colors.
Yeah, I suspect like where it's the darkest plus the
Yeah,
opalescent is
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm plugging away on this. This will be a multi-year thing, I think, that I'll just pull out every once in a while to work on.
Like
And
all my projects, even
yeah,
even the little ones.
I'm like, oh, I could finish this tomorrow, or I could wait 6 months and work on it then. And then for my July whip go, one of my squares was a mer person square. So I started Sailor's Delight from these 20 stitches.
So
And
handsome.
he's so handsome. And if you'll recall, last month, basically all I had done was the star at the top. And so I worked on him a little bit more. And I now have, I should have left it. There there we can see it all now. So I have the star and I have these clouds done, and then most of
Handsome,
his
handsome
body.
face.
The face was so fun, like watching him come to life.
And like
Because you're
just
like,
the expression, right?
yeah,
So good.
like you're putting in stitches, and you're like, this is so abstract. And then you like look, and you're like, oh, it's a face. I can see him now. And so I'm gonna try to do like his tail, I think, because I still have like 6 hours, I think, to do on this before I to meet my call for Whipco, and I don't think I'm gonna get out any other mer person projects right now. So I think I could get pretty close to at least like finish
Yeah,
the tail.
it only took me like I think I whipped that out in a week.
Yeah,
I focused on it.
it
Uh,
is like there's a lot of fractional stitches, and it's kind of
that,
tricky.
yeah, it slows you down because you have to pay good attention to which way.
Yeah, this is a 28 count. It's really nice. It's really pretty.
Really pretty.
It was from the Nightmare Before Christmas box that I got from Fangirl Fibers. It's called Sally's Dream.
Very fitting.
Yeah,
Definitely Sally colors.
for this.
When are you going to start his boyfriend?
No, no. I don't
No
actually
pressure. No pressure.
now that I think about it though, I don't actually have any of their no, that's a lie. I do have another Bendy Stitchy project on the go right now because I have my Marshmallow World.
Okay. So when you finish Marshmallow World, maybe you'll
Maybe.
go out later.
But yeah.
You know, they gotta hang out.
I know he'll be so lonely without him.
My plan was to take them to work, but then I really like looking at them every day in my house. I haven't taken them to work.
Yeah.
So
They
maybe
like
I'll
to hang out in your living room.
switch them again so that I can have them at work and at home. And then, both the places where I spend all my time.
Yeah, your office or your living room, right?
Yeah. I'm moving offices. I might have more places to display things too. So,
Oh, and then you can redecorate.
mm-hmm.
I also worked a little bit
Or
on
just buy
my.
more plants because I'm going to have a real window now.
Oh, well, yeah. So, yeah, take advantage of the window.
Yeah.
This is Treasure Island by Owl Forest Embroidery. So the last two updates have been just characters.
People,
So it's all these people. And I have done one whole person.
have they dropped two people in one update? Is that what's
Yeah.
going
The
on?
last one, so it was Jim, and then it was Long John Silver, and then there's like a doctor and the other guy, I forget their names,
Okay.
and then they were together. Because there's no more like of this border stuff for them. There's just like a little bit underneath, but it's not as
Okay.
much. So I'm pretty much done. I did this whole one. So I'm pretty much done up to the fourth drop because it was like one, two, three, and then he was number four. So he's completely done except for there's like flowers and stuff around him. And then I'm almost done the border for the fifth one. And then there's not very much more for them. So I think I'm gonna like I'll finish this one and then the next one is whatever's in the center here. I'll do that and then I'll move down because then I'd have to move
Yeah.
my frame. But yeah, I'm getting there. It's
It looks
not,
very good.
and I did all the letters,
Mm-hmm.
which was actually really fun. It's a nice font to stitch. I
Yeah,
like.
it looks really good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the movement in it.
Mm-hmm. And I did that one with that was Nanny Bennett's lipstick from Brennan Needle. So it's
Color I
like
love very much. It's in my heart sampler, another project that needs more attention.
yeah. I like throwing the fancy flosses in every once in a while. And then like the yellow for like the chain is just like
Mhm.
3, 2, 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then I'm gonna show my natural world last because I figure I'll show
Oh, and
yours.
then it can segue into mine for sure.
Yeah. So the last one that I did, which was another Whipco call for July, was Quaker Pumpkins. And I have already worked on this for like 5 hours, I think. I
So
did
about
quite a bit of work
halfway.
on it in the last couple of days.
Oh, it's even further than the last time you sent me a picture.
Yeah. So I finished this whole pumpkin here. I did this little guy and then I stitched over to this next one.
Mhm.
So this is
It looks
started.
fantastic. Yeah, that's good progress.
Yeah. And it's like not even that like I feel like I could even fit the entire
It's
height of it
long, right?
this
It's not
way.
very deep.
Yeah.
It's long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I
Nice.
have my brand new Nerge hoop
Little investment preview.
that has been actually like perfect for this because it's like the exact right size.
Mm-hmm. I got nerd troops too. I didn't bring them downstairs to show. Mine were technically free because I got a $50 gift card for going to a session for work where I got to complain about something
Amazing.
that's been making me very angry for roughly 16 months now. And then they gave me $50 to go shopping with. So, okay, thanks. I'll buy some
Yeah,
hoops.
I'll
Mhm.
take that. Yeah.
Yep.
Mine were also free because I
Yep,
had an
I
Amazon.
got the 4 packs. I've got all 4 sizes, but I haven't even used them yet. So
Yeah. That's the only one I got. That one's like the
yeah,
8, 7.
it's the second biggest one, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, and then the last thing I worked on quite a bit was my natural world sound.
I will show what it is looking like.
I
So
will.
through the July release, although it's imminently August, part of me is hoping Christy's going to send it out tomorrow instead of on Tuesday. So I
Oh
can
yeah.
start it on the weekend. It's fine. I have a long weekend the next weekend, so maybe I will just get it done before I leave town for what feels like forever right now. But yeah, so January, February, March, April, May, June, and July.
So I finished March and I started April, and I kind of worked down to this would have been May, June.
No, that's June on that side. That's
Okay, the jellyfish was June. So yeah, so I did quite a bit on this.
Mm-hmm.
She yeah.
It looks
All
so good.
order. I even did all my words over here that I had kind of been putting off. I don't know why. They weren't hard. I just
Okay,
was like blacking out thinking about it.
keep talking about it. I wasn't going to take mine out of the frame, but now I feel like I should take it out so we can show them side by side.
Yeah, that's like our
Or
thing now.
kind of out enough. No, I'm going to take it out the whole way. It won't work very well like this. Ignore all my parked threads. I'm ready for the next drop. I'm not cutting them, so.
No, there's no point. When you know you're going to need them again right
Exactly.
away.
Well, it also like it makes sure that the variegation continues in the same way too. So there is mine. So I got my July section done. So I caught up last month, as you all know, and then I got my July section done in July. Woo woo! I haven't gotten a section done in the right month. I guess June got done in the right month, but before that it was January. So
Yeah. I think we know what the cover photo is going to be.
I'm stitching mine on a 56 count, hand dyed by Rolanda fabric in the color olive, and then my floss is called Lava, although sometimes I wonder if it's this printed label, but it's called Lava. I don't know if there's any more on her Etsy, but that's where I got it from. And I'm stitching it 1/2 on 56 count.
Mine is on 40 count, also hand dyed by Rolanda, and I'm stitching it with a silk, also hand dyed by Rolanda, and it does not have a name. And my fabric is called Rubbed Sage. And I don't know
Love this
why.
so much. I teased Christy when I saw the drop that somehow she managed to make that border even denser. But I will say this border was actually a lot more straightforward to stitch than the first two. And I love how those snowflakes and pine needles come out.
I think I liked the sunflowers more than I liked the tulips. Like going back to the tulips after having stitched the sunflowers, I was like, I just don't. It's
Just,
so much.
just wait until you get to the winter border. You're gonna love it. Yeah. I love this project. I think it is turning out beautifully. I'm so glad that I jumped on board. So glad Christy did it for us. And I'm so glad that Christy is working on plans for next year. Says me, who's like, I don't think I like year-long stitch alongs. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna do it anyway, but maybe just one, and then I won't feel so.
Yeah, I
So
definitely don't need to join any more salves this year, but
yeah,
next year, different story.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. That's all my whips.
Yeah. So in addition to the Natural World Sal, I am mostly still up to date on my Chaos Burbs. So this is July through like last Friday, so a week and a bit. So I can add in some more birds. And then I will also get my August line ready. And after August, I'm going to have to move my frame, which is really exciting. I did the balloon. It's in A12. I just made it rainbow. I don't, right? Like the pinata is also rainbow. August has an airplane, and I think I'm going to take inspiration from Michelle and change it into a Millennium Falcon like she did on her bookcase last year, because Michelle's the coolest and I'm a Star Wars nerd just like her. So
yeah,
I'll put it in there. And I'm not going on a plane in August, so
yeah, so it doesn't fit
spending a lot of time in my car.
Which is basically a Millennium Falcon if you think about it.
Her name is Rhonda, and she is not a Millennium Falcon. She would not make it anywhere that the Millennium Falcon can go.
You're right. I apologize. Sorry,
Some
Rhonda.
days I'm surprised that she still makes it to work. Rhonda's not young anymore.
No.
Well, she wasn't young when I bought her. I bought her used. So
Nice.
that's my temperature birds. Um, the other project that I really focused on since we last saw you, and you would have seen it last time as a start, is my Trans Pride tapestry. So I spent most of July, most like half of July, I don't know, working on this project.
Yeah.
And I have completely done all of the borders for the plants. There is a smidge, if you look closely, way down here, of unicorn border started because it helped me count across and make sure my plants were in the right place. Um,
Yeah.
so this is not going to stay away for very long. I'm going to pull it out and start working on the unicorn. And then I have to make some decisions about how I'm filling things in. I don't want to stray too far from the called for colors, but I'm
Yeah.
worried that some of my over dyed flosses that are one of a kinds might not have enough in them. So I might,
Yeah.
um, I mean, I could stick with the DMC. The DMC is great, but I do
Mm-hmm.
like the idea of putting some variegated colors in there. But I can see if I have, um, like, do the ones in the main a little different from the ones in the plants, maybe,
Oh,
or
I
do the
see.
main with the
Okay.
DMC and do the plants with variegated. It's just
That's
there's a
yeah.
lot of stitches in that beautiful mane, so
Yeah.
uh, I'll just keep working on it. There's still a lot of turquoise stitches to do. It's not like I will be getting to the fill in anytime soon.
Yeah.
So that is my Trans Pride tapestry. And I don't know if I said that is from these 20 stitches based on artwork from Uncanny Kari. And the fabric is a Sugarlight fabric. I think that's how you say it. From Jessie at Mislaid Pages. And if you like Jessie fabric, stay tuned for a little runway model show of many, many pieces.
There's
Um,
still a little bit of that fabric left, and it's the one that I keep being like, I want it.
I was
But
gonna go look because I'm curious if the fabric you're looking at is from their last drop and that they haven't
I
put
don't think so
any,
because when I checked before, there was nothing except for that like there's like that brown one
the autumn's
that
gown.
they've had forever. Yeah, and then there was no new stuff except for the
Oh yeah, the
leftover
new stuff
bird
is on
box
there.
stuff.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
They still have some wrath and I highly recommend you will see shortly the wrath. Okay. Yeah. So that is my cross stitch projects and then I just wanted to share mostly because I want to keep myself motivated to working on it because it's going to take a long time. I am making my first yarn garment. It's Tunisian crochet. I've never knit myself a garment, only accessories and such.
Mhm.
Um, it's called the Farmer's Market Tee. It's this nice, slightly cropped, just summer t-shirt. The recommended yarn is just 100% cotton yarn.
Mhm.
It's really nice, but I live in Canada and Canada tax, etc. So I went shopping at my local needlework store and I came out with a Tinlin from Sandy's Garn. I don't know, it's a Norwegian, Danish,
Mm.
um, Norway, yeah, Norwegian yarn producer. And it is a cotton rayon blend.
Okay.
This is knit or crocheted, sorry, Tunisian crocheted flat. So I won't show you the whole thing, but you do it flat and then you construct the shirt.
I
Um,
like that color.
you split it to do the sleeves in the front. So
Yeah.
it's just this nice gray. The rayon in this mean like it's not as structured as if it had been just cotton, but it's so soft and drapey, like it's gonna be lovely. And I
Yeah.
think it'll be warm enough that with the right kind of tank top underneath it that I could wear it all year too.
Mhm.
Especially in my temperature controlled office that I do not control the temperature in. Um,
Right.
Cold in summer, hot in winter.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I am, how far am I? Roughly a third done the body before I split it.
Oh, wow.
So I need
Nice.
to do that much 2 more times. It's a lot of hours in this already. That much 2 more times, and then there's like half as much again for the sleeves and the
Yeah.
back. But you split it, and the people who've been working on it in Lori's Discord say it feels like it goes much faster once you split it
Oh, okay.
because your back and forths aren't as long, right? Because it's half as
Yeah.
much. So we shall see. I will keep working on it. Maybe it will be done before the end of summer, which is September 21st. So, yeah.
Like 2 more months.
Yeah. And I really, like, I started it in June, but I really only, like, I had 3 or 4 rows done, I think. I did most of that in the week, not even a week that I was in Rupert. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
good car project.
Yeah.
Good sitting around with friends project. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I shared a thing on Instagram last night about going out and forgetting your whip and being in public and having to then.
Oh, and not having anything to
And
do, and it's like,
Helen referred to it as an ESW, an emotional support whip. Mm-hmm. This is my emotional support whip. It's coming on my trip in August, and it will probably get a lot of love because
yeah, it's perfect for the car and whatever.
perfect
Yeah.
for the car and perfect for being around people. Not that I don't like people, I just feel overwhelmed with people these days because everything else is overwhelming.
And it's also like if you're just sitting anyway, you're
That's
not.
just it, right?
It's like this is time wasted that I could be working on my projects.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, so those are all my projects that I worked on since we last filmed
Yeah.
2.5 weeks ago. It hasn't been very long. It feels like I got a lot done, but I have to remind myself I was off work for a week. So,
Yeah, you did a lot. Yeah.
off work for a week, you know, there's no really being
Still
off work.
having meetings all the time.
Meetings, interviews, panicked phone calls, all the good stuff.
Like good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have one thing for my haul that you haven't already seen. Because I got that Nurge hoop and then I got these little thingies. So
Meg.
I kind of did a little bit of research and I got the Smart and Cool extra strong ones, which are the ones that Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado World, said that she liked. And so far they've been very good. They are strong enough, they work really well.
I should get
For
you to send me that link because the ones that I purchased way back when like people were first using them did
yeah.
not like they didn't hold the fabric and I was like I'm not gonna just keep randomly buying things and then it sort of fell off my radar, but I really do like them because I have the thread holders, the little peels
Mm.
that people use too, but I find that they get pulled out and like the extra work to make them tight again and then put them back on your product. Like I just, right? They work fine for thread that's on like what they're designed for.
Yeah. Holding
So
like a
I
spool.
have lots of them and I have lots of real purpose that I can put them to, but the magnet ties, um,
These
yeah,
have been really good. I've been using them like over the last couple of weeks. Just anything where I have like a lot of extra fabric that I want to like
yeah,
tuck in
yeah,
and and it doubles as a needle minder, which is
right?
really nice because then
And
if
as
I
somebody who likes to have approximately 10,000 needle minders on their project at every time, as you may have seen
yeah
from some of the ones that I showed you, having extra magnets is not a problem. I'm going to put their
yeah
scissors,
exactly
needle there, their
it's
other
really
needle there,
handy.
and then, yeah. It's also nice to
So
have that many because then when you drop your needle, if you have droppy hands like I do, thanks nerves, there's lots of chances that it gets stuck on one of those before it gets any further. Yeah.
exactly. And then the other thing that I bought was I got the burb kit from the sewing shop. So
Mhm.
I selected this one, which is the four birds. It was between this and the girl with the bird for me, but I think this one that like when I looked at like what I would actually be stitching for each of them, I was like, I think I would rather do the birds
Yeah,
than the girl. But yeah, I'm excited for these
so
birds. And
beautiful.
I
Do you
got
think
it with
you'll do the full pattern, like all four birds, or will you do just part of it?
I think so. I like how it looks. And I like the different how they're like facing different and like whatever. So I got the background removed version. So she hand dyed a piece of fabric to match the background, and it
So
is so
pretty.
perfect. It
So
is
pretty.
blue and purple and like all my favorite colors. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then she gives you get all the floss with it. And I love these like tags. It has like the project on it, like different colors. And all
It's
these
so
colors,
good.
right? Like I just, oh, that looks so good. Those like,
Kaylee, we love you.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's absolutely genius. And she even matched the like thread on the edges to like the green. Like, come on. And then with it, I got a free bag that has
So
bunnies on it.
cute.
A little bunny bag.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, this is such a good bag. And it has a little bunny rabbit from Alice in Wonderland
Oh, nice.
as,
Nice. A little Harold.
as yeah. And then I also I got my summer Quaker fabric from her as well. And I got this coffee stain in 14 count Ada.
Oh, that's nice.
Like perfect for like a neutral kind of whatever.
Something that you want to be a little grungy, but don't want a lot of color on.
Yeah.
So this seems like a good time to say. So last weekend, Michelle and I decided we're finally going to start our Judgy Burb Caterpillar staff. And
Yes.
so this is for anybody who has any of the Brooklyn Stormy kits, or you can buy just the PDFs from Kaylee. So I have Caterpillar Lad because look at that dude, look at that caterpillar. I showed you my kit before, but I'm also doing it with the background removed. I have my beautiful fabric from Kaylee. I have all my flosses. I will be starting mine tomorrow morning, my Caterpillar Lad, but any Brooklyn Stormy. So we named it the Judgy Burb Caterpillar Sal because she released the Caterpillar Lad, the Judgy Lady, and the Burbs that Megan just showed. So there's Caterpillar Lad. Um, sorry for the scrolling to anybody who gets a little seasick. You can see all the beautiful ones. There's the Judgy Bird, Judgy girl and her bird. So we just thought she was giving you that shady side eye. There's the birds. But since we came up with our hashtag, Kaylee has put together a couple more Brooklyn Stormy kits. So this Marmalade's Garden cross stitch kit, which
I
I
like that
love.
one a lot too.
I love because I have a giant orange cat too.
Yeah.
Um, and there's also the Tigress cross stitch kit, which I also, again, really love. I think I like the other one better because of the round, but they're both beautiful.
Yeah.
And I suspect that she will continue to put out some of these kits. So really, any kit that Kaylee has made based on, or any pattern based on the Brooklyn Stormy art, join the Judgy Burb Caterpillar Sal hashtag. We're starting this weekend, but you can start anytime. And yeah, use the hashtag. We'll follow each other's progress. They're really big things. These ones are relatively new too. This green moss man, and where's
Yeah. There's a bunch of new ones there.
this flower bird cross stitch kit. I love this so much, but they are deceivingly big. It's only 11,000 stitches, right? Like, so there's a lot of stuff, but like that bird in the
Yeah.
middle is going to be quite a little chonker. So
What? Yeah.
regardless, still very tempted. We'll see where things take me over the next little while. I have a Christmas advent calendar to buy, so
Right? Yeah.
buy another kit. But so I'm starting mine tomorrow. Use the hashtag, start your projects, support Kaylee, all the things. That's a little preemptive plans. Um, Haulathon. Shall we do a haulathon? I'm not quite sure where to start. I have both a abundance of yarn, abundance of cross stitch, and I have stitchy kindness, which I will save that for the end. I might start with yarn just because it's a little easier to grab. So I have 4 different yarn things to show you, which it just, you have to. So first of all, Nerdy Knits, who does yarn dyeing based on like video games and other nerdy things, did a Tears of the Kingdom themed release, which I needed. So I got 3 of the colors. I got 4 skeins, 3 of the colors. So this one is Zelda. And I got Link.
Okay.
And I got Tulin. But whether she meant it or not, they do create kind of a fade.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm going to use them. So in addition to our Lord of the Rings stitch along that we're going to be starting in October, we've identified that we also might do a knit along because we're ridiculous. This is the Arda wrap, which is a Lord of the Rings themed wrap. And it's meant to do with like an Advent set with a contrast color along the side. However, you can do anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the small size, which is 88 inches long versus the large one, which is like 100 and something. And I'm gonna use these for it.
That's perfect. Yeah, I love that.
Be beautiful. So
yeah,
that's gonna be for my Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring knit along.
Mm-hmm.
Which will be happening at the same time as the Fellowship of the Ring Stitch Along, which starts in October. So I also got, just because it's really pretty, this Prismatic Shard, which, oh gosh, it's a game that I don't play. And I can't remember the game that it's based off of. Everybody who plays is probably yelling at the screen right now. But I needed this in my life. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I got it in a worsted weight. I'll probably make like a hat or a cowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to be lush and squishy and rainbowy, but I had to. And then to top it off, she also had Korok stickers.
Ah, so cute.
So I had to get those.
Yeah.
I, as you all know, did a Tunisian crochet, I called it a boot camp, but a Tunisian crochet along for the first sort of half of the year. And she had prizes for everybody who completed all 5 projects. So mine came in the mail, and it was a skein of Lola Bean Yarn Company in the color Pinto Bean. It is a DK weight, and it's really pretty.
Yeah, that's cute.
I have 0 plans for this, so it'll go in the stash, and I'm sure I will find something to do with it. I like it a lot. And then I don't think I showed these because I didn't take them with me when we filmed in June, and they might even have come after that anyways. No, filmed in July. They would have come after we filmed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they came and I never showed them. But even if I had, it's fine to show them again. These are from our friend Jasmine, who is Knitting Nurse on Instagram and YouTube. And Jasmine recently, if you are not aware, started dyeing and selling their own yarns. And so I had been eyeing them up, but I hadn't bought any yet because, you know, I have a wealth of yarn and Canada tax. But then they did a special Pride release. So I got 2 from the special release, and then I got 2 that I have been eyeing up from their earlier releases. So the first one is Opalescent. And this one, Jazz is probably going to be retiring and replacing with a sort of a better upgraded version of it, but I love it a lot. And it's a fingering weight. They're all fingering weight. I got Calm Before the Storm, which is beautiful. Um, no plans for anything, just buying yarn. And then they released a special colorway called Be Gay, Do Crimes, Do Crimes, Be Gay, Do Crimes. That it was a rainbow colorway, which is what I thought I was going to buy. But they also had some oopsies from when they were trying to dye it, and I ended up buying 2 skeins of that instead. So this one's just a one of a kind. Jazz did not name it, but I liked it. Like, so it's meant to be rainbow, but the rainbow didn't quite take. But I just really like the purple and pink, right? Yeah. So I changed my mind and I ordered this one instead of the rainbow, which is great because then all my friends ordered all the rainbow ones, and Jazz did another release and those ones all sold out too, I'm pretty sure. So again, 0 plans, but it's squishy, it's soft, it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to use it. Finally, on the yarn front, I told you guys it's gonna be a long one. I do have some stitchy kindness. So I got in the mail from Jewelicious on Instagram and Flosstube, this beautiful woolly Wonka. It is a silk merino sock weight yarn.
Oh yeah.
The color Bonfire. So Jules had it for a pattern. They decided they weren't going to make it. And then Michelle did the fundraiser for the lavender clinic. And then so Jules offered this up as a prize on that, like a door prize. So I got this and I made a bag that I sent to Jules. So we sent to each other things. So anyways, it is beautiful. I love it. And I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to make with this too. But I will find something very special to make with it. Maybe I'll look up what the pattern was that it was for. So that's 12 new skeins of yarn. Just existing, waiting to be made into things. That's as many skeins of yarn as I got in my Star Wars yarn of the month last year, of which I've used 4. It's pretty good. It's fine. So that's yarn. I also did not pull it down here. I've also been opening one a day this month, my Pokemon yarn advent calendar from Van Gogh. Oh yeah. Which I decided I did not need the stitch markers this year, and now I have hashtag stitch marker regrets, but it's fine.
Well, you're stitching a lot more too, like, or knitting, or
I have so many stitch markers.
Oh, okay. So you really didn't need them.
I didn't need them, but now I'm like, but I don't have Pokemon to go with each color. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. It's okay. Yeah. Maybe I will get them next year for the 3rd box. Then I'll have 2/3 of the set or something. I don't know. I don't need stitch markers. Tell me that. Make it a mantra. Okay. Craft stitch haul. Investments, purchases, things. So as you know, I am in Kaylee 10 Stitch Bag of the Month and Fabric of the Month Club. My bag of the month is this superhero bag. Look at these little chibi Marvel.
They're so cute.
I love it. And it's got a little Spider-Man for the pole. Perfect. Love it a lot. And my fabric this month, I get an 18 count fat quarter. And Kaylee sent me one called Iron Ore, which is absolutely beautiful. Love the drip effect. I love the grunge colors. So that will be perfect for some spoopy Halloween stitching later on. Although it's coming way faster than I'd like to admit. Yeah. We'll get there. So that is my bag and fabric of the month from Kaylee. I also am in Rolanda, Hand Dyed by Rolanda's Floss of the Month Club. And so I do with my board. These are the flosses for July.
Wow.
I really like them.
Those that
This
green, that bright green.
this one looks like maybe I will put that in my trans pride
Yeah.
for some of the fill in. I'm not 100% sure though, but I really like the color, but they're all really pretty. So
Yeah, those are amazing.
I separate this. Can you see it a bit better? Got the hues
Oh,
in
it's
it.
not like oh, okay. I thought it was more like white, but it's like
Yeah,
bluey.
no, it's got
Yeah.
the greens and the purples in it. So they're beautiful. I love them. Um, yeah, I can't quit it. I can't quit it.
No.
Floss accumulates. I have
I
been
would
really good about using it in projects though, right?
yeah.
And for like the first year, I don't think I used a single skein in anything. It's just like, oh, they're so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, I own it. I like it. I use it.
Yeah.
So okay. So then Jessie of Mislay Pages um had a fabric drop. Jessie has not had a fabric drop for a little while because they've been busy, which is fine. But when Jessie drops fabric, you buy fabric. So I set myself a budget. I basically stayed within my budget. So
Good.
that's right. Like I did good. And I had previously, when they did their birthday sale, I had ordered a fabric and a pattern, like a fabric from their last drop. So this one was from their last drop, which is I don't think it has a name, but this beautiful green. It's a 16. Yeah, I got a 16 count Ada. Um, but I've been looking at this color and I hadn't gotten it yet, so I bought that, and I bought fish and chips from Long Dog Samplers. I have not stitched a Long Dog. The only other Long Dog that I own is Pandemic because I downloaded it when they had it for free, but that one is huge. This is a very reasonable 187 by 212.
Oh, it's nothing.
And I love it so much. And I love that you look more and more and there's just more and more to see. So
That's the one I'm gonna do. Eventually, I will do
I
that
have
one.
to decide on a fabric and I have to decide on a floss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's my fish and chips. Okay. Now I bought 4 pieces of Jessie's new fabrics. They are beautiful and I love them all. The first one is called Wrap. It is a 40 count fat quarter. And I'm just going to show you this half.
That's amazing.
Look at that. And then this half,
Oh, it's like more orangey. Yeah.
right? It needs something perfect on it
Yeah.
that suits it. But you could also do like half and half, or even every quarter sort of has a different tone too, right? But
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot there. It's 40 count. It could go a very long way. I love it. I have zero plans for it, but I own it now and it lives with me. I got this one, which is Verbena. This is a 1/8 cut and it is a 36 count linen. But it's just this lush purple. Really pretty. Again, zero plans for it, but I'll figure it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then I got one that is called Red Tail. It is also a 36 count linen. And I got a quarter yard of this one as well. But can you even?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And like just all the little like speckles of colors.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. So,
Yeah, that's a good one.
um, again, I have no idea. Zero ideas of what I will do on any of these,
Matter.
but I own them.
Yeah.
I will use them eventually. Then the last piece I got is a 32 count. It is called Lucid Dreams. I got another quarter cut of it. Hold it up. Look at that.
That's amazing.
She
I love
pretty. Very similar to the one I'm using for Trans Pride, but also different.
Yeah. This one's more like bluey.
Yeah, and it's darker. Like
Yeah.
I love the colors.
Mhm.
And again, zero plans, but I own all these fabrics now. So, it's 5 new fabrics for my stash.
Yeah.
I love each and every one of them equally and without hesitation. So,
Of course. Of course.
that is the last of my haul. But I also have, so I showed you at the start my FFO for my lunar swap. I have not sent it out yet. And now I have unnecessary guilt because I've received my swap package from my partner. Well, not partner. We don't receive from the same person that we send to. But I have to tell myself I am on time, not late, because the deadline to send out was August 1st, and mine is going today. So on time, not late. I suspect this person also sent a little early because my package came from Korea.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I
That's
came home
amazing.
from work yesterday and Daniel was like, "You have packages." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." I'm like, "I'm not really sure." Like, I knew I was expecting the one from Jesse because the information
Yeah.
was coming and I didn't
Yeah.
really know what the other ones were going to be. Um, one of them was the yarn from Jules. Sorry, I'm hitting my keyboard because I have a box in front of me now. One of them was the yarn from Jules, and the other one was this. And I was like, I'm like, it must be my swap. I can't.
Yeah.
Yes. So my swap came from Black Som Stitching, like black.som.stitching, Hannah, who we are mutuals on Instagram, so I'm not unfamiliar with Hannah. And they said they couldn't decide which postcard, so they sent all 3 of these really
Oh,
pretty postcards. Um,
those are gorgeous.
right? And then she also sent translation, so they've got sayings on them. So this one says, "You are a person that shines brighter than a star." Lovely. And she wrote me a little note on there. This one says, "The color that is only in you is the color I love." Right?
That's cute.
And then this one, "You are a person who shines brightly even in the darkness."
Oh, I like that.
Right? They're just lovely. I also like that they come with a stamp.
Yeah, that's smart.
Right? Other people should get with that. So
Yeah.
they're beautiful. Um, they're beautiful. She sent me Jeju Halabong pie, um, which is a special treat from Jeju, which is the island that she lives on. Halabong is a special orange that grows there and that they're famous for, and it's a citrus pie. I have not tried it yet. I'm very excited.
Wow.
Um,
It's a beautiful box.
it is a beautiful box. So I will have a little snack later and tell
Fancy
you how.
looking.
She sent me some Cosmo Floss. So this is like my second ever Cosmos. And she sent this beautiful palette.
Ooh, I love that.
Right? Right. Nice rainbow going on there.
Yeah,
Great colors. So I
they're
will add this
gorgeous.
to my stash. And they are just as lush and lovely as all Cosmo Flosses are.
Hmm.
She sent this pin, which, could be made to meal mine, or I could put it on my pin board.
Oh, that's
It's
cute.
Orca. And she said, um, "A pin I thought was perfect for the Orca Quirky Quaker model stitcher." Oh,
That's so cute.
right? It makes it extra special, I think.
Yeah.
I love it. And then the pièce de résistance, what she made.
Oh
This
my God, it's so
is
cute.
Uncanny Kari lunar teacup pattern
I
from her
love it.
Patreon, which has
Yeah,
been on my to stitch list. And now, I mean, I might still stitch it, but
yeah,
she did it 1/1 on some small
yeah.
count. And then, you ready? It's a magnet, right?
That's amazing.
So this will sit
Wow.
next to my stitching spot. You can hold my scissors. It'll be handy for traveling with too, I think, because then
Yeah. Put like needles there, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
love it so much,
awesome.
and like the wood is really nice.
Yeah. Well, that's so cute. I love that.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I feel very spoiled.
Yeah.
The swap is hosted by Heather at Link is My Homeboy on Instagram. She does these swaps periodically. And yeah, it's fun to stitch something and send it to a stranger and get a present in
Yeah.
return and to sort of make more connections, right? So
Yeah. Totally.
that is the end of all of my stuff. Hopefully, for a while.
For now.
For now, you know, I'll get at least 3 things in the mail next month.
Yeah.
I haven't bought anything new lately, I don't think.
No, me neither.
Earrings, but I don't talk about those on here. Maybe I should. We should do a little review of my earring collection someday. Um, yeah. What are your plans for August?
Okay, so I have my two whip go calls for August are both full coverage because I made like three different full coverage squares.
Now you have
So
hard
I have, yeah, so I'm debating if so I have 10 hours for each square. So I can do 20 hours on one thing. And I'm pretty sure if I do 20 hours on Aloha, which we decided was a full coverage, I'll bring it up just to show everyone. I could finish it because I think I'm more than halfway. So I could probably easily finish that because like I'm definitely done like this half and
mm-hmm.
I'm like a little bit more than halfway done the other half. So
That's a
20
good,
hours
yeah.
easily finish it and still have a little bit of time left over for something else. And I would really love to knock that off my whip list because
Get
it's
gone.
right now it's my oldest whip that has not that I haven't finished. And
Mm-hmm.
then the other one that I might work on is my seasons one because it's still like summer and I'm working on the summer block right now and I could get some good progress on that
Yeah.
in 5 hours or whatever.
Yeah. And if you get those ones done, right,
Yeah.
like your other full coverage projects are really bigger, more long term ones, right?
And
So
have a lot less progress on them right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, so get those done and off so then you have more time to work on other things going forward. At least that's what I tell myself. And then I start more projects and fill in the gaps. And then I start more projects than I even had. And all of a sudden you've got 8,000 whips. But you know what? There's no difference than in a whip than all this stash and projects just sitting
Yeah.
in
Like
my craft
if I'm
board.
I feel like if I'm feeling inspired to start something, it it makes it so much easier to pick it up again later. So like even if it's just like a tiny little start,
Yeah.
it's like okay,
And
now it's a
sometimes like
whip.
that's the itch you need to actually do something,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're not feeling motivated to work on anything else, then that at least you're
Yeah.
working on something, right?
Start something.
Yeah.
Um yeah. So I'm gonna work on those two, I think, and then also keep trying to finish my natural world, get caught up on that. I'm I am in like the middle section now where there's not as much border. So if I just like go down and like work on that and then go back to doing the sides and do the border, I could get a lot of progress, I
Yeah.
think. And then keep
Yeah,
up
I
with
mean, it really only took me, what was it in June? Like a week or so.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
you
sat
talked
down
about
and
that.
did that. I'm gonna look.
And I got the progress that I have was like literally like 3 days.
Yeah.
And I did like 4 or 5 hours each day and I got a lot done. So yeah.
I
Yeah.
did 10 days of stitching on it in June, so a little bit more than a week.
That's good though.
And I was further behind than you are now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe in you.
So yeah, like a week I could get caught up.
Mhm.
For when I'm sick of full coverage.
Yeah. Yeah. And like even thinking about like the August drop, it's another centerpiece.
Yeah.
So it doesn't add.
So I could even just keep going all the way down and do August as well.
Yeah.
And then go do the sides. Yeah. Once I get yeah.
And like I don't know. Where did I put it? Where are all my projects? Because you're
I'm at the top of the
here with the
letters.
letters in the middle.
Yeah, like I could
Like
do
the
the letters.
DNA and the birds, like this center stuff doesn't take very long.
No, it's so
It's
spaced
the
out.
border that really takes the most. The motifs themselves are really good. These little birds, you got to count. Just a warning. Make sure you're counting so that
Yeah,
they look like birds when you're done.
I can imagine. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they do look really good.
My booby and my little doll there are
Yeah.
hugging.
Speaking of needle minders.
Yeah, right. Well, you gotta wrestle all those threads and all the needles, and
Exactly.
there's I have two different kinds of the right size of needle, and one of them is nicer than the other for this 56 count. And so I'm keeping them, making sure I'm keeping those ones with the project. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
always keep my needle with the project. I just stick it back in my needle book, but
yeah,
I want those ones there so I don't take the one with the bigger eye that,
yeah. You don't like.
well, it gets tight.
Yeah,
And
yeah. And then
I
yeah,
should pull out some beading needles, the ones that Natty and Kaylee recommend for the 1/1 stitching, because that would make this better too. But those are going to be, oh wait, over there somewhere.
oh.
Off screen, the horde continues.
Yeah.
I am a dragon. This is my horde. It's not cold. It's crafts. No judgment. It's all out because of when I put it away, I forget it.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem. And then yeah, I'm gonna try to keep working on my treasure island because I'm really enjoying it. It's not dense stitching, so it's kind of a nice little break from a lot of and
Yeah,
it's
the all fours patterns are really nice too.
count,
They're easy to read. They're straightforward. Yeah.
yeah. And it's big, but it's there's so much space that it's like this it's not that much stitching actually.
Yeah.
And it feels like a lot of progress. So it's like a nice little
Mm-hmm.
like serotonin boost. Yeah. So that's probably what I'm gonna work on. And then if I get squirrely, I'll pull out something else. Who knows?
My
Probably finish.
plans are I'm gonna finish Let's Make a Statement probably this weekend, but I have to work. No comments further on that. So we'll see how much I actually get done.
Yeah.
Also, it's a nice day, so we're gonna take the dog out for a longer walk.
Yes.
He's not down here, so he doesn't know yet. It has to be a surprise, or else he'll bark at us all day. Don't teach your dog words, because then he knows what you're saying. I'm going to finish Pedal Pushers in August. I am going to finish my Let's Make a Statement. I said I'm going to do my Natural World July drop or August drop. I'm going to keep up to date with my Chaos Verbs. That already feels like a lot. From there, I do want to pull out my Afshan sampler because I have not touched it since last year. Remember my plan where I was like, oh, I'll do a chunk every month and then it will be done by the end of the year. Now it's July, end of July. So we are well past the halfway mark at this point. And I haven't touched it. So I would really like to work on it. I'm seeing all these other projects, right? Like D, Nithya, Aya Rosen posts hers, right? Like all these, they're beautiful. So I really want to pull it back out because I do love it. And beyond that, we shall see. There is, oh yes, I have pulled this up because I remembered this when you were talking about Nuri Shaded Stitchery earlier.
Oh yeah.
You dropped this yesterday.
It's gorgeous.
7 Blooms for 7 Sisters. So it's based on the live action Little Mermaid sisters. So she interpreted each of their tales and made them into these beautiful flowers. And she is gifting us this. It's free on her Ko-fi, but if you go to her Ko-fi, you can pay, right? Pay artists. but I love it and I need to stitch it. And it's only 76 by 109. It's only. So I might be a squirrel and do that. We shall see. But love it.
It's so pretty.
I love it. And we already talked about it. The last piece of my plan is that I'm starting my caterpillar lad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously. We already talked about it. We discussed it. Where's my head? Caterpillar lad. Hashtag Judgy Burb Sal. We will put it in the box below. Join us. It is a start along, not a stitch along, not a finish along. There's no timeline. You can join anytime. We just want to celebrate these awesome charts that Kaylee and Brooklyn are putting out into the world because they are quirky and strange and beautiful. So I think I really need to stop talking now because there has been a lot. And
we need to announce
everybody's wallet. If it makes you feel better, I get influence too.
We need to announce our winners.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So we had a little gift away in our Flosstube anniversary episode, which was the last episode. And we had a few charts and a bag from Kaylee to gift away. And so we will announce our winners. First of all, this one, we've tried to give away twice now. The first time the person never contacted us. And then this time nobody entered this. So we will try again. If you are interested in stitching this witch and that cute little cat, just use the word whimsy, WHIMSY, in your comments. And be sure to fill out the Google form that's also linked below. That gives us your address and things, so we don't have to chase you down if you win. So if you would like to stitch this, it is up for grabs. Whimsy, WHIMS. WHIMSY. I can spell, I swear. So that is still up for grabs. Please, somebody give it a good home. Next, we had this Teresa Moisel, 1923, No Prize Without Effort. The keyword was effort. And we drew, and Julian Stitches, your name was drawn for this one. However, you did not fill out the form. So if you want the chart, please fill out the form. If you don't fill out the form, and I will make a comment on your comment as well, but if you don't fill out the form, I won't know where to send it. So if you want it, please fill out the form. How many times do I need to say that? We were also giving away Christmas pin pillow. Julian Stitches was also the winner of this. And it's because there's only one comment for each, right? And our thing is, if only one person enters and they want it, they can have it. So Julian Stitches, looking at you, fill out the form, and these will come to you. And then we also had Celtic Flamingo, which is from Textured Treasures, and our friend Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, won this one. So this one will be making its way to you, Helen. I will get that in the mail today, probably, since I'm going to the post office. Anyways, I didn't even think about that. That's convenient. Yeah. And then finally, the one that most people who entered wanted, the bag from Kaylee Tent Stitch. And this is going to Lisa, Forest City Stitching. Lisa, who I had my Stitch North exchange with. But yeah, so Lisa, I will put this in the mail to you today as well. So that should get to you pretty quick since it doesn't have to leave the country. So yeah, so watch for those. Congratulations to our winners. Enter the giveaway for Whimsy by Teresa Kogut if you are interested. And we will draw that when we come back near the end of August.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for remembering those giveaways because I clearly had already forgotten. No.
Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe and check out the box to join us on all of our stitch alongs that we are hosting / joining. Yeah.
Okay. Until next time. Bye.